Welcome to my annual New Year's Day show, and I'm so excited. Today marks a special New Year's edition. Today I'm going to be summarizing the top 8 points. If you've been following the Hangout with Michael show for the last Friday for 5 years, for 5 years every Friday. I know it's a lot, like 278. And today is your lucky day if it's the first time joining it, because I'm summarizing it all. My hunch is, as I go through the top key 8 points today, you're going to feel good about yourself. Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Michael Losier, and again, I'm the author of these 3 books, and I have been the host of the Hangout with Michael show every Friday for 276 Fridays, and now I'm continuing on with the Emotion Code Bro show on Saturday on this Facebook page. So today, I'm going to be presenting you in multiple forms and multiple learning styles. Ideal, you'll have an opportunity to download this. I'm going to call it a worksheet, but it's really an infographic to help you burn the ideas and the 8 key points so you cannot not forget them. In other words, so you can remember them. And every time you're a practice, because people say, what do you do to practice law of attraction? Cue the 8 points. So I'm going to be reviewing those today. Now, it's going to be like an assessment. Some of you are going to be using it like a scorecard and thinking, look at me, I do all 8 of those things, woohoo! And some of you might thinking, oh, you know what, I could polish it up a little bit here and there. And if you're new, guess what? You will have the tools that you can start being a deliberate attractor with law of attraction. So, going down, make sure you download. So this is how I helped you in 2018. Today's summary is a summary of all the things that I've been helping you with 2018. So as I'm going through the list today, and you might have already looked at all the different points, you don't know what the numbers are, I want you to tell me what the most impactful one was for you, or the most useful one, and how. So you know what, this live show and then put into, left on Facebook, will be here for a long time. So if you're watching it a day later, a week later, a year later, let me know. I love hearing how I'm influencing you in the world of law of attraction so you can better understand it and apply it deliberately to your life. So that's how I helped you in 2018. Now, 2019, how can I help you? Well, I'm merging law of attraction with the emotion code. Now, emotion code is the process by Dr. Bradley Nelson, where a practitioner like myself can identify, see these list of emotions, I can identify what those emotions are causing you for the business person, for example. What's causing you to rub your clients the wrong way or not connect with people? It's not just law of attraction. This is why they merge. When I can uncover the trapped emotion that's causing those relationships to have those problems, called the heart wall, and I remove them, then you apply law of attraction. Wow, things move fast. Remember, the speed at which you're attracting anything is always determined on how much negative vibration you have. So let me help you remove these negative emotions that are stopping and causing you. So you'll notice if you downloaded this worksheet, on that page I have a heart wall and law of attraction training special. So it's a 25-minute heart wall session, and it comes with in my online school the video of the deliberate attraction, so you can apply it now, and plus my vibrational business plan. So check that out. Good. I'm going to take a peek out in the live room, welcome some more friends that have joined us, and we're about to begin the top 8 most important points in the history of the Hangout with Michael show. How dramatic is that, the history? Okay, let's see. Sylvie Bellini, looking forward to a great show. Our friend Deborah Spring is in from Mexico, or saying Happy New Year from Mexico. And Catherine Ho from Toronto is with us. So again, if you're watching us, say hello, let me know you're doing that, and get prepared for hearing. And what I hope is a summary of all the things that you already remember so well, so you can hold your head up high and say, I got this. That would make me really proud. Carmen Roca is saying Happy New Year. Grace is saying Michael's the best teacher. Grace is saying Michael's, oh, sorry, I read that one. Holly Peters, Happy New Year. Thanks for a great show. My friend Caleb, hello from Indiana. This will be an amazing year. Hey, and we'll decide that ourselves, right? We decide that. The universe isn't doing it to us or for it. You decide that, everybody. That's why today's show is important. I am so committed to making sure that you got it. And then when you understand about law of attraction, you understand why you're attracting negative things, and I want you to say that I helped you do that. And it is because of what you're going to get today. So stay tuned. If there's ever a show to share, this is the one. Okay, Maria Favit is in. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start, and then I'm going to come back and read your comments as we go through the listing. So, you know what? My book, Law of Attraction, is divided into two areas. And if you're one of those people that really liked my book, okay, 3.1 million people. If you're one of those people that really love my book, my hunch is you like the style of it. And the style in which I wrote the book was understanding that there was different kinds of people reading it. Matter of fact, there's 4 different styles of readers and learners. So I made sure I appeased all of you. So if my book made sense to you, or it excited you, and you caught yourself, you were seeing yourself doing the processes and seeing your future, or if it all resonated with you, it's because I appeased by using the 4 learning styles, which is book number 2. Now, why I'm telling you that is because today I want to make sure that I'm tapping into as many of your learning styles as possible. Remember, I'm not a motivational speaker, I'm a motivated trainer. And my goal is that you'll remember 100% of everything I'm going to tell you today. My hunch is if you've been watching even 5 or 10 of the shows, you're going to nail this today. Nailing meaning you're going to be able to say, yes, I understand, do that. Yes, I understand, do that. And also might be an assessment about where you could improve some of the things today. So that's my goal for you today. Good, that's all my announcements. So let's summarize. So if you're following along, the first one that I've grouped is the definition of law of attraction. I'll read that for you. I remember we have some podcast friends today, so I'm going to make sure that they're getting an advantage. If they're not, obviously have the document in front of them. Here's the definition. I attract in my life and business. Now, you're thinking, why did I separate that? Why didn't I just say my life? Because I want the business people, because sometimes business people don't want to practice law of attraction until they understand that it could help them with business. So I'm giving you some behind the scenes. So there's no separation, but you can apply it to your life and to your business, your personal life and your business life. So I attract in my life and business whatever I give my attention, energy, and focus to. Now, it sounds like I'm telling you to do 3 things. It sounds like I'm saying you need to give it attention, you need to give it energy, and you need to give it focus. Guess what? Cue the learning styles again. All 3 of those sentences mean the same thing. So you don't need to be experiencing giving it attention, energy, and focus. If you're giving something attention, guess what? You're giving it your energy and your focus. If you're giving it your energy, you must be giving it attention and focus. If you give it your focus, you must be giving it attention and energy. They all mean the same thing. Extra words. Now, look at the blue line, whether positive or negative. You know, before I really understood law of attraction and that definition particularly, I could explain law of attraction. This was 25 years ago, and I would say, you know what? I noticed that when I think about something a lot, boy, it shows up in my life. Of course, I didn't use the word manifest. Most of us didn't 25 years ago. Even the word law of attraction was foreign to most people 25 years ago, including myself. But I understood the relationship between giving something attention and attracting something positive, but I didn't get the negative part. It's like, oh, why is that happening? Why is the universe giving me negative things? So in blue, whether negative or positive, if you don't mind writing on your worksheet, put a little star beside that. Very important. So that is the top, not the top, it's the one of the 8. Now, let's go to key number 2. It's in the right-hand column. A vibe equals a vibration. Now, the reason why I do that deliberately, and I teach certified facilitators to do the same thing, you see, the word vibration might not be a friendly word to use around the dinner table or around the workplace, but the word vibe is. Matter of fact, my hunch is all of you have said something like, wow, the vibes that were good in here, or he's giving off a negative vibe, or this neighborhood has a creepy vibe. I know that you somewhere use the word vibe, and every time you use the word vibe, you're really describing about a vibration. In my house, in my world, on this show, we use the word vibration, But I just want you to know that you do have a vibration. Even though you might not physically feel it, you are sending a vibe, because a vibe is simply a mood or a feeling. And you have one of those right now. So right now, whether you like it or not, or believe it or not, or understand it or not, you are emitting or putting off a feeling, and that feeling is a vibe, which is a vibration, period. I didn't create the rule, I'm teaching it. So that's tip number 2, or key number 2. We're always sending one right now, right now. You cannot not have a feeling. You're thinking, okay, Michael, what are you getting so excited about that? Look at underneath after where it says always sending. The job description for law of attraction is match vibrations. It is the easiest job description in the whole world. 2 words. No brain required, no education required. Don't even have to be smart. You have to be obedient. You have to match it. Here's a vibration. It's a robot. Match it. Here's a vibration. What do I do with it? Match it. Doesn't know who you are. Doesn't know that you're a nice person or generous or loving. If you're sending a negative vibration, law of attraction, with all due respect, is very obedient. It doesn't know whether you want it or don't want it, or whether it's good or bad for you, or whether it's helpful or not helpful. So that's point number 2. Now, let's go to the left side of the page. Point number 3. I know that you've heard this many times before. The 4 boxes. So as I'm explaining to people about law of attractions always matching their vibrations, they never get to, at first they don't understand, then why am I attracting negative things? So again, I like to make things simple. So I created the 4-box formula. And if you look here, the first box is just box A, is just a box of words. It's just words. And I want you to understand that the words that you're using are causing you to have thoughts, or your thoughts are made up of words. If I'm thinking about something right now, it's a formulation of thoughts. I'm just thinking about something. Some people say it might be pictures or feelings, but they're made up of words. That's what the thought is. So now I'm using words that have formed the thought, and now I have the thought. And as I think about anything, guess what? It causes me to have a feeling about it, even if you don't think that you do. It might not be a strong, dominant, negative feeling, or it might not be a strong, there's different feelings on the scales. There's like content, and there's elated. They're still on the positive side. So let's recap. I just have a bunch of words. I'm going to form those words to form a thought. Now I'm thinking about something. And as I'm thinking about it, it sends a vibe. You know that already. You know that you're thinking, oh, why am I feeling so negative? I don't know. Back up. What are you thinking about? Back up. What words are you using? Like, wow, do I ever feel good today? Oh, really? Then what are the thoughts you're thinking? Oh, what are the words you're using? As you learn this here on the Hangout with Michael show, you learned to notice that. And you probably knew it already. You saw the relationship between, when I feel good, it's like, when I'm using good thoughts and words, when I'm thinking positive, when I'm thinking, you saw the pattern. And maybe not until you learn the 4th box. It's called law of attraction. And law of attraction is eavesdropping on the vibe box. And it's unfolding and orchestrating to bring you more of what you said you didn't want or did want. And now you get your results. Called the 4 boxes. Are you curious about what the vibe is that you're sending about money? I don't know. Which box should you look at? Look at your results box. Open your wallet. It's a perfect match. Are you curious about the result? I wonder what the vibe is you're sending about getting customers and clients. Where should you look? I don't know. Let's peek inside the results file folders of your customers and clients. It's a perfect match. So there's a lot to be said for celebrating your successes. And there's a lot to be said for don't complain and don't explain. Because law of attraction is in your office. It's everywhere. It's in your car. It's at your meetings. It being this energy. It's eavesdropping right now. And it's unfolding and orchestrating to bring you more of what you give your attention to. Cue the next 3 circles. There's 3 words in your vocabulary that are causing you to have negative results. And those 3 words are don't, not, and no. And every time you use the word don't, not, and no, you just brought attention to what you didn't want to bring attention to. And as you bring anything attention, cue the definition. It says whatever you give your attention, energy, and focus to, you'll get more of it, whether negative or positive. So when you talk about what you don't want, you gave it attention, energy, and focus, which caused you to send the vibe, which caused law of attraction to respond to it. And then you point at it and say, that's exactly what I said I didn't want. I've been telling everybody every day this week. This is I didn't want this to happen. And if law of attraction had a voice, it would say, what an awesome job I did. I unfolded and orchestrated to whatever needed to happen to bring to you what you gave your attention to. But here you learned about you can reset your vibe. Because law of attraction is eavesdropping right now, right now, right now. What if I reset my vibe? Then what's law of attraction going to respond to? Law of attraction doesn't have a history or a file folder of what you were sending vibrationally. It's only responding to the new vibration. So we learned that for your homework was to eliminate the words don't, not, and no. And every time you catch yourself using them, guess what? You're going to ask yourself, so what do I want? So what do I want? You see, when you go from what you don't want to what you do want, the words change. And when the words change, look at the 4 boxes. When the words change, the thoughts change. And when the thoughts change, guess what? The vibes change. And when the vibes change, guess what? The results change. Here's point number 5 underneath the 3 circles. When I go from what I don't want to what I do want, the words change. And when the words change, the thoughts change. And when the thoughts change, the vibes change. See those 4 boxes? That's why you need to know those. And when the vibe changes, the results changes. Very bottom of the page. This is point number 5. The only way to get a different result is to send a different vibration. Yeah, take a look at the box. You want a different result? Guess what? You got to back up. You got to send a different vibration. Oh, you want a different vibration? You got to back up. You got to send a different vibe. Oh, you want a different vibe? Guess what? You got to have a different thought. You see the 4 boxes. Live it, learn it, print it off, put it on your fridge. Okay, you know what? Before I go on to the next few important points, I'm just going to refresh my screen here. Again, if you're watching live, I'd like to hear something that was important to you or a point that you liked the most so far of what you've been practicing. Maria Fabida loves hashtag don't explain and don't complain. Oh, Helena Jenkins liked that one too. So Helena liked it. Maria's saying hashtag can never hear this too much. Okay. Ian's saying we're all magnets. Jewel is saying Happy New Year, Michael. Hello, Jewel. 4 different learning styles I attract to my life and business, whatever I give my attention, energy, and focus to. Barbara is recapping that important point. That's why there's so many words in there. Our friend Kelly Carson's joined us. And yeah. Helena gave me a hashtag motivated trainer. Roger Leck from Singapore has joined us. John in Variety's joined us. Hey, John, good morning. Okay, so now let's go back to, I'm going to call it our worksheet. Number 6. Well, before we talk about deliberate attraction, why is it called deliberate? If you want to, well, here's why it's called deliberate. Because law of attraction is working right now. It's already responding to your vibration. You don't have to turn it on. It's already on. You don't have to say, I'm going to evoke law of attraction. I'm going to wake it up. Oh, it's awake. And right now it's responding to all the vibration. Hashtag it's awake, please. And right now it's responding to your vibration. Maybe you didn't even know that. The next section is section number 6, and it's called deliberate attraction. Well, what makes it deliberate? Because I'm going to get you to do something. I'm going to tell you what to think and what to say, or not what to think, but how to word what you need to think. So law of attraction, like I'm going to deliberately, the 4 boxes, if you remove don't, not, and no deliberately, that makes you a deliberate attractor. That means you're deliberately monitoring your vibrations. I'm deliberately removing the words don't, not, and no. I'm deliberately focusing on what I want. If you're doing that deliberately, that makes you a deliberate attractor, not just one by default. Right now, law of attraction. So maybe you get excited and you celebrate successes already, and that causes, and maybe that's your law of attraction without even knowing it. Or maybe you feel bad and you're not getting in job interviews, you don't have a job, and relationships suck, and maybe that pattern. Guess what? The same reason. That's why it's exciting to know that you can be a deliberate attractor. And there's 3 steps to do that. You can visit many of the Hangout with Michael shows. We've talked about these 3 steps many times, real quickly. Law of attraction wants to know what you want. Remember, it can deliver, but you got to identify what you want. Step 1 says identify your desire. Just like you were shopping online or shopping over the telephone, you need to know what you want before you place the order. Number one, identify my desire. Number two is give my desire attention. Now that I know what I want, do I just tuck the list in my sock drawer and never look at it again? No. You need to give it attention and energy and focus. Cue tip number one here. Whatever you give your attention, energy, and focus. Decide what you want, get the clarity, give it attention, energy, and focus. Many ways to do that, depending on your style, again, your law of connection style. And then after you've submitted the order to law of attraction, your job is to allow it. Some people say get out of your own way, vibrationally. Now you need to reduce the negative vibration that's blocking and stopping your manifestation. Cue point number 7 on this page. The speed at which you will manifest your desire is depending on how much you're allowing. Hey, wouldn't the speed at how fast law of attraction brings it to us, wouldn't it be nice if it was determined on how much we wanted it, or how big our collage was, or how long we've been praying for it, or how many people? We'd have everything. The speed, how fast you get what you desire, is determined by how much you're allowing. And allowing is the absence of negative vibration. And it comes from many things. Doubt. If you have doubt about your manifestation, that doubt's a negative vibration. And the negative vibration of your doubt is stopping and blocking the manifestation of your desire. It's actually diluting the vibration so it can't come to you. Trapped emotions, same thing. These are negative energies that are blocking, stopping your manifestation. Using the word don't, not, and no, talking about what you don't want, it's blocking manifestation. Trying to figure everything out like you're the orderer, like you're in charge. No. Your job is to identify what you want and submit the order. Let law of attraction figure it out. It's not your job. And tip number 8, point number 8 here, could summarize everything. I could open and close the last 278 shows and not taught you a thing, but it was so much fun to help you understand the final point. And now maybe when you see it and when you read it, you might have a better understand. You don't have to like it, but ideally you understand it. And point number 8 is, I get what I vibrate, period. You don't always get what you want, but you always get what you vibrate, period. Okay, now the exciting part. I want to hear from you today. I'm going to go back out in the chat room. Tell me something that you liked. You heard all the 8 points. Which one was the important one for you? Which one was the highlight for you? Which one made sense? Which one resonated with you? I'm going back out to the room. And just a reminder, again, 278 episodes. This was a summary of Law of Attraction. My hunch is you read it, you heard it, and you felt good because you knew it. If you've watched 5 of these shows, at least 5 out of the 200, then you heard these points before. So I know there's documents. Now, again, I want to help you in 2019. I want to do a heart wall session with you on the emotion code. I want to remove all the trapped emotions that are collected around your heart that are stopping you from receiving love and sending love and getting clients and connecting with people or ticking people off or even yourself. That can be done via this video style right here. So check out the offer that we're going to put up in the link. Okay, let's go take a look and see what people's comments are. That's a lot of talking today. So Corinne Beach Murray, her favorite point was the summary. You get what you vibrate. Or you can say, I get what I vibrate. Pramelia loves the allow it, tip number 7 on allow it. Helena is, I get what I vibrate. Maria liked one of the allowing tools, let law of attraction figure it out. That's for all you figure-outers, and you know who you are. Grace Ross, hashtag submit your order. Order in. Do you ever hear them at a restaurant? Order in. Here's what they don't want. No, that never happens. Green Beach Murray, I used to have a don't, not, a no, and no graphic hanging on my fridge. Yeah, until you trained yourself. Hashtag let the pizza in, says Maria. Hannah Appel giving us a happy new year. Good. Sylvie Bellini for reminding us, law of attraction is obedient. Kim Whitner's in the house. Maria says it's fun hanging out in New Year's. Well, I really hope that I stimulated you. And I know that if you've got a chance to print this off and you're following along, even if you didn't write the numbers down, to me, this is, you know what they'd say in England? It's Brill. This is Brill. So it's a summary of everything we've been talking about. Amy Larson Strait says, I'm on a roll. Live it, learn it, and put it on the fridge. That's Helena. Live it, learn it, says Grace Ross. Okay, I'm looking for more comments. Okay, Ian Stable's asking about his desire statement. You know, it used to feel good, and I started getting results. And when you say the statement now, you're not getting the results. So don't say the statement anymore. Now, earlier when I said that you need to give it attention, at first it's easy, just like people doing dream boards. At first you look at it, you get excited, and then after a while it fades away. So now you've got to shift your focus on the desire and now put your focus on the manifestations that are in alignment to what you're desiring. And as you're noticing and celebrating the pieces and the parts of the full manifestation that you desire, you're including that in your vibration. It's all about inclusion. So, Ian, it's time for you to skip the desire statement, although you understand what it is, and now become a proof seeker and start seeking proof and include that in your vibration. And then you'll start to attract more. Right now, you're noticing that you're not manifesting. You're keeping score that you're not manifesting. So keep score that what you are. Get a journal. Doug Collins, like the Allow It and Seek Evidence journal. Holly Peters, I like all the points. It's important to remember implementation. Hey, let me know if you printed it off, everybody. My hunch is you would. Okay, as soon as I said that, Jennifer Towner said, I love the downloadable PDF. So, oh, maybe that doesn't mean she printed it off. Let's see. Okay, we're having lots of fun here today. Just a reminder, every Saturday, I am half of the Bro Show on the Emotion Code Bro Show with John Inverarity. We're live every Saturday. Now, we've been doing it for like 76 or 77 weeks, and every Saturday we take a subject and we talk about the emotion code process, and we are correcting people's chronic pain and all kinds of different ailments and food cravings and all kinds of fun things with them and their families live during Facebook. I know you got to go see it. You can go to hangoutwithmichael.com/bros, and you can learn more about my continuing Saturday show called the Emotion Code Bros Show. I'm going to hang around, read a couple more comments, and we did a nice tidy job today. In 30 minutes, I summarized 278 shows worth of information when I could have did it with number 8. But wasn't it fun to have the filler of this? And wasn't it fun to have 278 versions so you could be reminded over and over and over again? You get what you vibrate. So I'm going to wrap up today's show. I'm going to continue to look at the comments. If you're watching this down the road later, please say hello. I'd love to hear what was your favorite point today, what was your favorite tip today, and again, you're going to share a show. This is the one to share. Okay, everybody, we'll see you later. Cheers.